Anvil Aerospace is one of the earliest Terran success stories. Founded in 2772, Anvil has been reliably delivering military-grade equipment to the UAE Navy for almost 2 centuries. The initial Anvil Skunk Works facility was located in Nova Kiev, Terra, and the company's headquarters are still there. For the first 70-odd years of Anvil's existence, every design project was personally led by company founder J. Harris Arnold. Arnold, an eccentric spacecraft designer of the old school who insisted on signing off on every part of his designed subsystems, was a beloved figure in an otherwise cutthroat industry. Today, Anvil has factories on 36 UAE core worlds, but continues to source all systems itself and requires that the standing CEO sign off on every spacecraft alteration. The company's moniker comes from a quote in Robert Calvin's famous early justification for UAE expansion, explaining that military spending fuels the furnaces of expansion and strikes the anvils of innovation. There's little argument. Fueling the furnaces of expansion is exactly what Anvil has been doing since day one. The company has produced dozens of successful and iconic military spacecraft over the years, including the Hurricane, Osprey, Devastator, Hornet and Gladiator. No military campaign in the last 2 centuries has been launched without Anvil spacecraft in the forefront, and no carrier in UAE space today operates without at least a squadron of Anvil-designed fighters. In fact, Anvil designs have historically scored more space-to-space kills than any other military spacecraft. Hornets in particular have destroyed more enemy hardware than all other current Navy space fighter designs combined. Anvil's civilian line is relatively new, a decision that many at the company initially resisted. The general feeling was that producing civilian-grade versions of dedicated military spacecraft would dilute the brand. Anvil's carefully maintained position as the tip of the spear would be in danger. Debate over the issue became so protracted that it threatened to split the company into 2 separate groups, with the civilian wing formally licensing the military designs. This was ultimately all for naught as the UAE government stepped into the debate with a surprising resolution. They actually favoured the concept of supplying military-styled weaponry to civilians, especially on the distant frontiers. A home defence militia squadron of slightly less than mil-spec but still fearsome Hornets, it was reasoned, would make a better deterrent than a squad of Drake Cutlasses. The process of civilianising a design like the Hornet is more complex than it seems. UAE military secrecy laws means that, on average, 60% of the hardware in a given spacecraft simply cannot be offered to the public. Some of these replacements, like mil-spec Gatling guns, would be expected and relatively easy to resource in a modern modular design, but these requirements also govern systems as innocuous as rudder pedal boot locks or rubber cockpit ceiling strips. Design teams must effectively work double-blind, replacing existing systems without being given access to their military equivalents. In some cases, designers must reconstruct subsystems based solely on publicly available holographs, while the team that designed the original systems operates next door, wholly unaware. Civilianising top-of-the-line military spacecraft is a frustrating process, but one that has proved ultimately valuable for Anvil. Company profits rose 34% after the first civilian model Hornet, the F-7C, was made available, with no perceptible tarnishing of the Anvil brand. Rather, the idea that you could own a military ship immediately became something of a status symbol, driving the resale value of Hornets and successive conversions. Civilian Hornets have essentially, and unexpectedly, become a luxury brand. Anvil's civilian equivalents sell both to actual paramilitary units on the frontier desperately in need of rugged hardware, and to rich homeworld industrialists who believe that flying a Hornet makes them Top Gun fighter pilots. With both military and civilian spacecraft spending at an all-time high, Anvil's prospects look bright. On the civilian side, the Hornet is holding steady as one of the best-selling single-seat spacecraft designs available, trumped only by ships such as the Aurora and 300i. As the UAE continues to face off against a seemingly growing Vandal threat, orders for Hornet space superiority fighters and Gladiator bombers continue to spike. Several thousand of each are delivered to frontline carriers every month, at a rate that continues to rise as additional factories can be brought online.
It's November, and that means, yes, you're right, it's NordVPN season. All those delicious Nords are collected together to make the finest VPN that I shill for on my channel. Not only is NordVPN delicious, but it also protects. Check out the links below to get fantastic discounts, or go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Do you dream of being at the controls of your spaceship in real life? Well, now you sort of can with Game Glass. It turns touchscreen devices into diegetic controllers for Star Citizen, and you can get the basic software free. Check it out in the links below. Every month we have a ship giveaway as well. This time it's for a Mercury Starrunner, a multi-crew ship that will let you do a bit of everything in-game now. Or at least most things. Lots of things in-game now. In the future it might allow you to do smuggling and data running too. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos during November. More details down below. If you'd like to further support the channel, please consider clicking the join or thanks button under my videos, or even becoming a Patreon. You get some cool stuff to show that you're a true supporter of mine and Zin's art, some exclusive polls, ways of shaping the channel, some exclusive videos, all that sort of jazz too. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the verse.